Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It's August the 9th, 2024. It's drizzling outside. It's about 23 degrees out. So, yeah, we're going to get a little bit of Hurricane Debbie pass by. So it's going to mean a little bit of rain here. And that's about it. Not much more than that is what we're going to get. It's a shame because we have a big craft fair in the local Victoria Park here. And hopefully tomorrow and Sunday it will be good for them. Today it's going to be a bit damp. But that's the life of planning for outdoor events. You never know what the weather's going to be. Well, this week in the mail, all this stuff showed up. Quite a few official Postcrossing cards showed up. Yesterday I did a video on calling all artists. It was part 2 of it, and I was hoping that a parcel would arrive in time for it. I put the video out and the parcel arrived just after, so I will show you that. If you saw yesterday's video, you know what the parcel will be about though. If you don't, well, you'll stay tuned and find out. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave positive comments, share with other people, put the notification bell on so you don't miss out on anything. And we're going to start right away with the official cards from Postcrossing. The first one comes from China. It's a really long, really nice card. It looks like it was a Postcrossing meetup because on the back we have a bunch of people that have signed it. There's no other information than that. There are the beautiful stamps. I do know it was a Gemma that sent it to me. And so thank you so much for that. I did get another card from China, and it's this one here. And this comes from Yating. She's 29 years old and has been a math teacher for years. Likes collecting postcards, stamps, and pens. And she did a little washi tape, and we've got some stamps on there. So thank you so much for that card. The next card comes from Belgium. It's some art. So there's the art on the front, and it comes from Fabian, and she says she's writing on the sun on her terrace. So she said her back's burning, but it's great for arthritis, and she says she's retired and she loves to explore her country. And look what she has included. We have some Olympic stamps there on the back. So they say they're from Lake Placid Olympics. So some nice older stamps, or at least retro stamps. There we go. Thank you so much, Fabian, for that and for the Olympic stamps. Hopefully your country, whoever's watching, whatever country you're from, they are doing well at the Olympics. We have had some ups and some downs, like you have with any athlete at the Olympics, but very proud of all the people that have put in the work and have gone over there to compete. The next card comes from Germany, and we have some stamps on the card here, showing different fables, I guess. And this comes from Martin. He says he's from a small town in western Germany in the Rhineland. He said the Rhine is the biggest German river. I do hope you enjoy this card with the set of German stamps. Said at the end of the 13th century, Wilhelm Busch wrote poems about education and illustrated them. So that's what we have here. And then on the other side, we have this stamp that was pen canceled, unfortunately. So thank you, Martin, for that. I have another card from Germany, and it's this beautiful garden. This comes from Heide Marie, and she says, greetings to my family. Hope you like the card and the stamps. I really like this stamp. I've had this one before, but I really like that stamp. The Benz stamp from Bertha Benz. I have another card coming from Germany. This is a beautiful illustration of a community within Berlin called Spandau, which is part of Berlin. I said, if you're interested in where I live, I've added a link above. So if you go to www.visitspandau/en, you'll get all the information you want. There's the address right there. And there are the stamps of Berlin as well. So thank you, Silky, for that. The next card comes from the United States. It comes from the state of Vermont. It's a nice shaped card. And she says she's from White River. This comes from Kathleen, and says Vermont's famous for its beautiful trees in the autumn, and its maple syrup, and lots of tourists come for that. And I wrote back and said, that's kind of what we're famous for here in New Brunswick as well. Of course, all of New England and here on the East Coast, we all have beautiful trees in the autumn. So it was nice to see that. She's not too far away. Vermont and New Brunswick are very close together. We have Maine in between. All right, the next card comes from the US as well. And it says, when I read about the evils of drink, I gave up reading. And this comes from Pittsburgh, and it comes from K-A-E. And she says, she's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and right now it's Picklesburg Festival this weekend. It's been held in downtown since 2015, and you can even get pickled beer. So if you're into pickles, all sorts of pickles, Nicole, if you're watching in Ohio, that might be your thing. Picklesburg, hadn't heard of that festival before. I really like this stamp, but she has covered it in great stamps. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. And sounds like a really fun festival. All right, moving along. This card comes from India, another official Postcrossing one. And he says this is the first meetup card they had since COVID in India, and so it has lots of great memories. And this comes from Suyog, S-U-Y-O-G. There is the official stamp on the other side. But there are lots of great Postcrossing stamps and things from around the world on this side. So hope you had a great meetup if you have great memories from it. The next card comes from Great Britain. We have a hedgehog card, a European hedgehog. And this comes from Ross. And she says, I hope all is well with you. I live in London, but originally from Northern Ireland. Apparently, a lot of my relatives moved to Canada. Yeah, there are a lot of people that have come from Ireland and settled here. But she says she's not yet visited. Canada, was working on her family tree, but all the grandparents had 11 and 13 siblings, so the tree became a complete jungle. Yeah, so one day you'll have to come and visit the family on this side of the water. If not to see the family, come and see the countryside at least. So thank you so much, Ross, for that, and the fun stamps that are on there too. All right, that's it for my official Postcrossing one. Let's get to the direct swaps and surprises that showed up. The first one comes from Michelle in the UK, and she said she got a chance to go to a zoo one day to celebrate her daughter's 20th birthday. And there's the King Charles III stamp on the back that was never canceled. So thank you, Michelle, for that. I got to go to the zoo not too long ago. I went there with my niece and my sister, and it was a hot day, so the animals weren't very active, so hopefully they were more active for you. The next card is a Postcrossing meetup card. This one here, it comes from Christian in Austria, and looks like it's a fun area to go to. They get to go to so many meetups. There is the official stamp on the back, which is very beautiful, and the Postcrossing cancellation, or not Postcrossing, but the postcard cancellation right there. Philately shop. Well, if you keep that in mind, the next card comes from Carl in Austria. Another meetup in a different place. This one's in Vienna. And the same cancellation, different stamps. Nice pigs on this one here. All sorts of people in attendance, and there were all sorts of people in attendance at Christian's as well. So are these from, no, this one's from Wen and the other's from Vienna. So thank you for those two meetup cards. And while we're in Austria, I got this card arrived from Anita. And she was there in this town in Graz. It looks like a beautiful town square. And she was just there visiting with some friends and enjoyed a nice vacation. And she has used the same stamp, different cancellation, but very nice. So thank you for all those cards. It is always funny when the three people I know from Austria all have cards that arrive on the exact same day, which was today. Actually, I would just pick them up from the post office, my post box. All right. The next card comes from Media in Finland. And we have a mailman doing his due diligence. And he said she was going to go to Tampere, which is about 25 degrees, and go to see a nice art exhibition. This is a prepaid card, so there is no real stamp on this one. So I enjoy that. But she wasn't done. She sent a delicious strawberry stamp. And inside of the envelope, we have this travel card with all sorts of things from around the world, places and typical things you might see, whether it's Route 66 or the Eiffel Tower, all sorts of things in there. And this was sent about the same thing about going to Tampere, which was about a 2 hours, just a little over 2 hour bus trip for her. And she also sent this one. She said she was gonna go to a nice art exhibition while she was there, and the museum is next to the tower in this picture. So there we go. I'm glad she had a nice trip. We've been talking to her, and she's on another excursion now, so happy that she's getting a chance to explore the world on her vacation. The next card comes from Julianne in Germany, and we have this nice card with all the different things you might see in what is her hometown, where she was born and grew up the first 8 years of her life. So she got a chance 3 weeks ago to go visit there, and there's a nice stamp. I really like this train stamp and the washi tape, and she's decorated with all sorts of nice stickers and summer themes. So I'm glad she's had a chance to go and explore and visit her hometown. My next card comes from Jilly B of Jilly B Living Her Life Her Way. You got to go subscribe and check out her channel. She did a recent video about these Dungeons and Dragons stamps that came out. She's made a maxi card of this one. I'd commented I really liked the dragon stamp, just to comment on it, because I do like dragons and all sorts of things like that. And she was nice enough to send me a surprise maxi card with it. And there are the Queen Elizabeth II stamps on the back. She's part of the Unicorn Club. So there's the unicorn that are always on the cards from her. So thank you so much, Jilly B, for that. And seeing those stamps. Actually, today when I was delivering the mail, there was a card that came over from the UK for one of my customers, and it had another one of the Dungeons and Dragons stamps on it. So it was really nice to see that one in person too. The next card comes from Vera in Germany, and she was recently on a vacation here. She said this is a satellite image of the island of Sylt, where she was at the moment of sending this. And it has a matching stamp, and there is the matching stamp on the back, and a really nice postbox stamp as well. So thank you, Vera, for that, and the washi tape and all the rest that you've done. The next one is a envelope. Comes from Olia. You may have seen this envelope yesterday because she sent in some stuff for Calling All Artists. So I featured that yesterday, but I didn't show you the other contents that were inside of it. Really like this stamp here, but always some beautiful stamps and nice envelope and nice decorations with the flowers on the back. Inside she has, get into this here. We've got some Minnie Mouse stickers. We have some other floral stickers. There's a nice arrow, a delicious cake, a nice travel bag. It looks like a waffle cone of flowers, some shoes, and a cup of coffee or hot chocolate or something like that. And then she's also included mint stamps from Poland. And this is a really nice, a beautiful mint souvenir sheet too. You can see there on the back. Really nice. Love seeing the full sheets. Normally, if you were just sending it off, you might just send this piece off and you would miss out on all the extra details that's there. So thank you so much, Olia, for sending that. Thank you also for participating in Calling All Artists with your postcard creations and your decoration skills on display for someone in the future to win those cards. And yes, I will be doing a giveaway for it, so you'll have to watch out in the future. I will have something about a giveaway. Not to be mistaken with my Stamp of the Month giveaway, which I do every month. I put out a stamp or series of stamps on the first day of the month usually. And this month, there's a whole bunch of stamps that you can have a chance to win about children. So if you want to go to Stamp of the Month video and check that out and leave the comment child in that video, you have a chance to win on the 15th, which is next Thursday. So it's coming up quickly. That is all of the regular mail I have this week, but every week, Stephen from Australia has sent a card with a limerick on the back, and this week's no exception. This is the card. It says, Goldilocks, who has long golden dreads, messes with the bears in their heads. First she eats all their food, which is really quite rude, and then falls asleep in their beds. So there we go. There's Goldilocks' limerick. Thank you, Stephen, for that. You guys, that is all I've got for you today, which is plenty. But No, it's not all I've got for you today. You guys have been paying attention since the beginning. You know that there's this box that has arrived, and I haven't opened it yet, so let's open it now. It comes from Canva, which, if you're unfamiliar with Canva, you can go on there and make your thumbnails for your YouTube videos, which I do. But you can also create designs for postcards or clothing. And so I have gone there the last couple years and designed some postcards. And this is my first time getting a look at these. Are you ready? So this is for World Postcard Day, which is on October 1st. I've ordered 50 postcards, and this is what I've come up with this time around. We have Polo wearing some glasses. We have the World Postcard Day logo. We have a New Brunswick flag. We have Polo's name and this year's date. And of course, my That Dad Guy logo on there. On the back, there is nothing. They're a nice thickness. I like the cards that you get from there. So I have 50 of them. And first of all, I want to say thank you to Shannon in the US, who reached out to me and said, you know what, I really want one of your Polo cards this year because I didn't get one last year. I thought I sent one to you last year because I still have extras. So, Shannon, if you're watching and you didn't get a 2023 one, I will send you one of those as well. Because it might have been the year before that you weren't on the list. I think I only ordered 25 the first year, and so they disappeared quickly. And last year I had 100 of them, and so I still have some left over. So this year I went with 50 because I want to make sure that they disappear. And usually what I do is I use them to send back to people that have written to me in response. There are a few people that, of course, reach out to me and said, I'm going to send you this card. Can I get one of yours in return? So usually I just create a list, and when I've got 50 gone, then they're gone. So that's how they work. So want to get ready for October the 1st. And some of these cards are going to fly out before October 1st so they can get to their destinations by then. That's my plan. I know a lot of people just wait till October 1st to get them postmarked with that October 1st date. But then unfortunately the mail doesn't go as quickly as possible. And sometimes it takes 6 weeks for people to get them. So you're getting cards in the middle of November. So I like to get them going early if I can. So you're going to start seeing some of these land in people's mailboxes, and if they're on Instagram, they may post that they've already gotten one. So that's my plan. There you go. That's everything I've got for today. Tomorrow is my live stream at 12 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time. So if you're a part of that crew and you want to tune in, or you haven't tuned in before but you'd like to be, and there's a good chance just to send me direct questions and I can answer them live and do something that way. And yeah. Otherwise, maybe you'll be part of the replay crew and watch it after the fact if you can't be on for 12 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time. That's it for now, you guys. Hope you guys have had a great week and lots of things happening in your mailbox and you're getting lots of cards. For me, that's it. Have a magical week. Like Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Bye.